Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be working on this beautiful minty green and burgundy glam look. I will admit the lid is not as minty as I would like it to be. It's still coming off kind of like champagne, kind of gold shade. That's okay, we may revisit this in the future when I can figure out what green I want to use. But we're using some Profusion palettes and the W7 on the Rocks palette. So I was really excited to share this look with you guys. First off, we're going to use the Maybelline Master Prime eyelid primer, and then I'm going to put powder underneath my eye to catch fallout, because there will be fallout. And every time I get it on my nose, I think of that scene in White Chicks where like called her like Coke or something. And fun fact about that, when I was giving birth to Connor, they asked me if I would like to turn the TV off, and I was like, oh no, don't worry about it. And so while I gave birth, I was watching White Chicks. Yeah, give birth, right? More like White Chicks was playing in the background. So we're gonna be using the Profusion Sultry palette. Love this palette. This shade Nimble is a cross between a plum and a burgundy shade. But more on the plum side. Is very warm, and I'm using that as a transition shade because it's a little bit lighter than the initial crease and outer corner color we're going to use. It's going to be able to help the other shades blend out to something and give that nice ombre effect between the brow bone and the actual crease shade outer corner color. Now next up from W7, we're taking on the Rocks palette. Same brush, mind you, this is a fluffy crease brush, and this shade is called Maraschino Cherry. Very beautiful. So I'm popping that in the outer corner. I'm going to build that up, and we're going to bring this in the crease. I'm all doing this kind of fast and messily. I always say that in my videos, you know, we'll worry about the blending out process later. We'll add little by little and step by step, and then we'll work on the final product. So I'm also taking the Maraschino Cherry on the lower lash line. I'm really going to smoke that out down there. And I also am so glad that I have that powder to catch fallout. There's so much fallout. Yeah, there's so much fallout. And we're going to use the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. It's just a nice shimmery champagne shade, and I'm using that as a secondary base on the lid just so the next eyeshadow has something to grab onto. And it doesn't really need that, but I just always personally prefer this extra step. And we're using Profusion Metallics palette, Majesty. And if you don't have the Metallics palette, this shade also appears in the Shimmers palette and one other palette that I have as well, I think Wanderlust. A small shader brush, I'm using that to apply it on the lid. We're just going to pat that into the base, just work it into that secondary base, and that's going to be our lid shade. This look almost comes off like a cut crease too, because of the distinction between that super metallic shade versus the matte crease and outer corner. I love these simple put together looks like this. I feel like this is a fairly simple look to achieve. Also applying Majesty in the inner corner. And I also wanted to say that if you have a lot of these Profusion palettes, you will definitely notice the shades start to cross over into palettes. So if you don't have one palette, more than likely you might have it in another palette. I am just now blending the lid shade with the outer corner Maraschino Cherry shade and going between both brushes, between the lid brush and the outer corner and crease brush, to blend those together. And there we have it. That's part of it is done. And before we apply our brow bone highlight, which is going to be from the Sultry palette, and the shade is called Canny. Just a matte brow bone highlight, bone kind of shade, vanilla shade, whatever you want to call it. Nude, almost white. Apply that to your brow bone and blend that down into your crease shades. Now take the crease brush with the first shade Nimble, I have a little bit of powder on that, and then blend that in with that. We're going to wipe away our fallout because we're done with that powder under our eyes, and we're going to use the Jordana 12-hour pencil to tightline with. And then on the lower lash line, I love this Believe Beauty pencil in Clean Mauve. Absolutely stunning. This is one of their long-lasting eyeliners. If you don't pick up anything from Believe Beauty, try their long-lasting eyeliners. They're amazing. Now this is a liquid eyeliner from Loreal. I'm applying a thin line of that just for our lashes to sit on top of. I thought that this look was so beautiful. It had lashes. These are Salon Perfect Demi Wispies and the Duo Adhesive Glue. And I'm just putting some glue on the lash band, waiting for it to get tacky, applying the lash to my eye, like so. Next step, you want to wait so the glue on your lashes is completely dry. Mesh them with an eyelash curler with your real lashes. And then we're using the Believe Beauty High Drama Mascara to further mesh our real lashes with the false eyelashes. And there is our eye look done. For lips, I'm using the LaColors Matte Liquid Lipstick, or lip color, in Danger. I love this. It is a bit patchy today, but that's okay. Because I wanted all matte kind of like skin today, I'm using Hard Candy's matte setting spray. And you'll also notice that I'm not wearing any highlight today. I don't know why, I just really love that matte look to my skin today, so I ran with it. Hope you guys enjoyed the makeup tutorial, found it helpful. We'll try the look out for yourself. Check the description box for additional links and a product list. I thank you guys so very much for watching, and don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you haven't already. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and definitely let me know how much you enjoyed the look.